get a sandwich this morning and go grab a Coke. You know, sometimes when I'm having a shitty day, and I go and grab one of these, I just kind of start thinking to myself, that old commercial, hand the world a Coke, if I could hand the world a Coke or whatever. Honestly, if I could load up the back end of this truck or a U-Haul and just go around and just hand people a Coke, because obviously these days people need one too. But trying to keep positive about everything. Worried about my mom. There was a last time I was up here, and I think I brought it up in a previous vid, when I was leaving to go back to my house and all that. I could smell some sort of perfume outside. Real strong, and I just sort of wrote it off as being, you know, maybe the neighbors might have sprayed something, or dryer vents, that type of thing. It smelled familiar, so that's why I just kind of didn't, you know, it's something that sat in my mind plenty. There's certain things that I very firmly believe in. And so it's one of those things that really sits in my mind right now. But at that time I had just kind of wrote it off as being like maybe one of the neighbors' dryer vents, or somebody had just like sprayed something outside that had that perfumey smell. So when I got to my folks' place last night, and I got out of I was getting out of the truck and everything, of course. And when I got out of the truck, as soon as I opened the door, that smell came right back again, like really strong. This time I could taste it. Like, I knew it was perfume. You don't even have to accidentally spray yourself in the mouth to, you know, accidentally, you know, spray just a little too much to the point that you can taste it. Excuse me. And I'm standing there and I can smell it. I mean, it was so fucking strong. And I know one of my folks' neighbors, it's this old biker guy, so there's just that dude, well, unless he's a weirdo of some sort, I just don't envision that guy being the type to be wearing like an old woman's perfume. Because that's what it smelled like a really florally old woman's perfume. Like, it wasn't like a bad smell, but it smells familiar. And so, like, I could smell it from the truck, you know, out parking and on at my folks' place, and I got out and I could smell it all the way till I got up to the house and started to go in. I could smell it big time. And it'd been raining, so I'm sitting there and I started thinking about it. I was like, you know, the dryer vents for each of the houses here, they face out the rear of the home, not out the front. And it's been raining. There's really I don't see how, you know, to a degree that smell is going to carry from a dryer vent back behind the house, you know, a person's house, and carry it, you know, a couple hundred feet. I mean, it's possible, but not at that strength. And so it's got some, you know, some concerns firing off in my brain right now. You know, I mean, I've been worried about my mom. It's kind of got me a little more worried. And it is making me start to wonder what kind of perfume my grandma used to wear when she was alive. Because the smell is really familiar, and yeah. You know, I kind of brought things up to my dad, but my dad, it's just like anytime I bring anything up, it's for most part in one ear and out the other. It's like, no, there's something wrong. You know, and I get there, mom's sleeping. She's just kind of, I mean, you'd expect somebody who's gone through a couple strokes and everything. She was doing pretty good when she was at the facility, but then she got to my parents' place. It was just like she slipped right back, and it's just got me genuinely concerned. And so I'm just getting worried this might be the last Christmas I'm gonna have with my mom. And while dealing with that type of shit on my mind and dealing with other people fucking with my head and emotions, you know, on a regular basis, it's like, that's why I've been kind of withdrawing from people in a general. Others I've just completely disconnected from because I'm not playing their games. I'm pretty done with it. And it's just, yeah. Unless they grow up, pull their head out of their fucking ass and look in the fucking mirror, I'm at the point I don't really want anything to do with them. I just want to get my life back together. And it just feels like it's one thing after another. It just doesn't stop. And there's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is just kind of grin and bear it, you know. And yeah, I mean, I can bitch about it here and there, vent it off, but it's not going to change anything. And because I've always been looked at as like pretty much like not just a family black sheep, but obviously people think that I'm stupid and half retarded because I can't fucking, you know. Every time I bring it up, like, no, there's a problem, and they don't fucking listen. And it took my aunt to tell my dad a week later there's a fucking problem. And that's when he found out my mom had a stroke. I watched her have it right in front of me, and it's like, are you not going to fucking listen to what's being said? There's something wrong. But we're going to wait until this doctor's appointment. We're going to wait for this, or we're going to wait for that. Or, oh, she seems fine. This is why I want my house gone. I want to be gone, because I don't want to be here to witness all this bad shit that's about to happen, and I can't do it anymore. It's too much. It's just way too much shit, and it's one of those things I'm tired of saying I told you so when it's too fucking late. Just like him coming to me, you know, when he came to complain to me about my older son fucking him out of his credit, you know, fucking his credit up and everything. I turned and looked at him. I said, "What did I tell you beforehand? That he was gonna fuck with your credit and he's gonna fuck you over. What do you think? What do you think I said?" I was like, "Do you want me to say I told you so again?" Come on, this is a kid who had the audacity to go around and tell people we never had a real relationship with my dad and doesn't really know him and all that shit. He's full of shit. If he didn't really have any of that, he would have never asked my dad to go co-sign for him on a trailer that he has trouble paying for. When I don't think he has trouble, he just chooses not to. He works for a car dealership. And is doing well from what I understand, which is good. It's just he needs to get up on his shit. Whether I raised him or his mom raised him, which his mom and stepdad and then his grandma raised him, so I didn't have right to any of that upbringing. I was only good enough there to have him come over to take him to the skate park because he was losing weight because his grandma had a big issue with him being fat as a teenage boy growing up. Dealing with growth spurts. His grandmother's low self-esteem about her self-image and about weight and age has been projected onto her own children and grandchildren. And through them, that they just start abusing people the way she abused them, basically. She thinks it's no big deal, you know, suck it up, buttercup, that type of thing, but she has no further than to look to herself. But no, I'm done with all this shit. I really need my house to be gone and done, sold. I'm pretty done with the stress. You know? Stress is always going to be there. There's always going to be something, but this amount of it, I'm really ready to say goodbye. I'm tired of watching this shit, and anytime I say anything, it's just, whoop, gone. And then they come back and complain and cry and bitch and moan that this happened or that happened. It's like, so what? I fucking told you so. You want me to feel bad now? Because I'm always second guess. Fuck that. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in a place where I'm always second guess. I'm always, second hand and always on the back burner. I just don't want to be here. I love my family. I love my folks. I love my kids. I love my family. All of them. Even though I know I don't fit anywhere in their fucking hearts or minds. And if I do, it's not very much room or space. So I'm just... It's why you don't see me going out and just like making a point to go hang out with someone or not, because I'm just afraid of, in essence, forming a new any form of new relationship with other people. That's only going to lead to the same outcome and bullshit. So I'm just sitting here bitching about it. Wishing I could hand the world a Coke. You want a Coke? Or Pepsi? Personally, I'd rather me in my RC, but they didn't have an RC in a tall boy, so, and they didn't have RC at the market that I had stopped at. That season where they can now. It's raining and all that, so they don't have to worry about anything. And surrounded by a lot of smaller farms, hobby farms, stuff like that. And a golf course that I used to camp out on when I was a kid. I watched my mom when I got last night. She was just kind of on the couch. She was out, just asleep. And then today when she got, she slept through the night. She's up long enough to have dinner, and then scooted into her room and went right back to sleep. And then today, and when she woke up and everything, and she came out of her room and came out to sit down with Dad to watch TV with him and everything. And it's like she's not all there anymore. Like I'm noticing I'm losing more and more of my mom, and it's really hard to not say anything or to want to say anything because I don't want to cause more stress or problems for my mom. Kind of cruising around the old neighborhood too, just kind of, just thinking about the old childhood, not some of the good memories that was about until everything went to shit about the time I got into high school. I had a great time in high school, yet at the same time, during that I made a lot of stupid choices, and I obviously made some very bad choices in a couple people. There's one person in particular, I'm at the point I really wish I never met her. I really wish I didn't. I wish I never had that attachment that I had to work really fucking hard to detach from, because all she did is fuck with my head and my emotions, and I'm so done with it. I'm done with her materialistic bullshit, and I'm done with her fucking family. I'm tired of being I don't like being kept a secret. I don't like being manipulated. I don't like being used. All this shit. Just, yeah. No. The whole family can go to fucking hell for all I care after what they've done to myself and my folks. And I'm still sitting here dealing with their shit, her shit, and trying to be there for my family at the same time, the best I can. And like, yeah, I'll say this much: if I met the right person, I'd be gone in a fucking heartbeat where that's concerned. Until then, I'm stuck waiting for that fucking house to sell, and before I can permanently say goodbye to some folks, because their bullshit's never gonna end. It's never gonna stop. They can never do wrong. That type of thing. Like, they're purely victims or the good guys. They can never do wrong. They can never do anything like that, and they'll do anything they can to manipulate you into either getting a fucking reaction, or in a way that they can turn around and get you to fucking walk out, leave, or whatever, so it doesn't look like they've been cheating or doing some weird fucked up shit. And I told them a while ago, it's like, I'm not committed to them so long as, yeah, I can't trust them. They can't communicate. They can't tell the truth. They keep lying. And they keep pulling all the same shit they did when they were cheating to begin with. It's like, no. You want commitment, but you're not committed. You're juggling. Whether it's physically, mentally, emotionally, some form, in some way or another, you're juggling, and I'm not gonna be part of that. I'm just not gonna be a part of that. And I'm really at the point, I'm ready to move on with my life, because I just don't want to keep being attached to somebody who's just gonna keep fucking using me in some form or fashion. He's gonna keep manipulating and lying and doing all this fucked up shit. And I'm not doing it anymore. And I'm tired of being the scapegoat, the patsy, and everything else where they're concerned, so that they don't have to feel any guilt or shame for what they've been fucking doing. So, and what they're responsible for. They are not capable of accountability in any way, shape, or form. And I look forward to when this next person, that whoever this other person is that they're messing with, gets to experience exactly what I have. They're going to find out soon enough. And if they pay attention, they'll realize that this person can never do wrong, is always innocent, or is a victim. They never do anything wrong. And so long as they continue to live life that way, I don't want anything to do with them. So long as they continue to live life with third parties and getting people in the middle of relationships, or having relationships with other people while she's still in one, or she's trying to have one, or whatever, I don't want anything to do with that. I've been ready to settle down a long time ago, not keep playing these fucking games, not sit there and watch somebody keep fucking using me and keep pulling that shit. It's time for me to start not only putting more effort into myself and better my life, so that I can be a better person for the next person, because I'm not going to stand around and wait for her to grow the fuck up. It ain't going to happen. I'm going to move on. I already made that decision at this point, because they've got their head so far up their fucking ass that I'm surprised they're getting any form of air. All the people involved, and they want to play stupid. Oh, who else is involved? Oh yeah, there is. Your parents paying you multiple times to fucking leave me in the hole. The fact that you're fucking lying to me about having other relations with other people. You're doing the same exact shit you did before. You're gifting me expensive shit with some of this stuff. You know, that griddle I'm supposed to get, that Blackstone griddle I'm supposed to get from them for Christmas, I already told them I don't want it. So if somebody else ends up getting it, I hope they realize who that was intended for. Like I said, the things that I haven't really been talking about is I've been dealing with a lot of hoovering, a lot of love bombing, a lot of breadcrumbing, and a lot of manipulation, everything. And I've been aware of it. I've been paying very close attention to them, and I told them very straight out. The rose-colored lenses came off when they called me that day, coming back from Canby, admitting that they were cheating on me. I never put them back on. All I've done is continuously give them a benefit of a doubt to correct the damages that they've done. To not just tell me the truth and start learning how to communicate and do all this shit, but to tell other people the fucking truth and clean up the mess that they made. It's not going to happen. They're a coward. They have no problems destroying people's lives. It gets them off. It gives them pleasure. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, because why else would you keep doing this, doing these types of fucked up things to somebody and their family? Especially doing it to any one person, and you continuously do so, knowing it is affecting their family. It's affecting every relationship around them, not just between them and you, them and whoever that individual person is, or them and you, whatever it is. That's the only thing that makes sense, is they get off on hurting people. And then they want to play victim and all that, when people are going, no, I'm aware of what you're doing. I am paying far more closer attention to what you're saying, what you're doing by action, how you're acting, everything. I'm paying more close attention to you now on this shit, because you already brought that awareness to me that you're unfaithful, you're untruthful, and you're dishonest. You're a liar. When you already admit that you're a habitual liar and you do things on impulse, really fucked up things on impulse, why should anybody stick around with you? Why should anybody believe you otherwise the moment you tell them that? Unless you actually physically show what you're saying and back it up that way, instead of just saying it and not doing anything to back it up. But giving little breadcrumbs here and there to try and regain that trust. They didn't regain any trust from me. They've been given like 6 months now, 7 months to tell the truth. The whole truth, not a part of it. And the fact that little pieces come out here and there, it's like, no, just let it all out. You've been lying the whole time. You're still with someone. You're still fucking around, and you're using me. That's why you try to keep our interactions from your family secret. And that's why I went and bringing a lot of it up publicly, because I knew what was going on. If you want to be a cheating twat the rest of your fucking life, go do it on your own. Not at my expense. And anybody else doing this shit, I don't care if you're a man or a woman, and you're doing this type of shit to somebody that you say you want to be with, you're a piece of shit. And you don't deserve that person, because they're obviously better than you. Whether you have more money than them or not, they're obviously better than you. For you to have to stoop so fucking low to fuck somebody else's life up and hurt them. Any man or woman like that deserves the rest of their life to be alone. They don't deserve to be with people who are going to treat them better than they treat them. They don't deserve to be with people that they're going to fucking use their emotions and everything else around them to manipulate them, only to hurt them. Let alone to get what they want out of it. I lost faith in people. I lost trust in people. I didn't lose faith in God, and I didn't lose my trust in God. And their games, what they did is they caused me to detach even more, because I'm aware of what they're doing. And it's making it easier and easier, as much as it fucking hurts, to say, fuck you. Quit fucking with my head, because I know what you're doing. I may be on spectrum. I may not understand majority of intentions that people tend to have where I'm concerned. But once I start paying attention, especially how you're acting, comparing it to what you're saying, and doing so, let alone what I've been put through for the last fucking 12 years, to find out more than half of it, or at least half of it, has been fake. There was no relationship. I committed myself to a fucking liar and a cheater. Why would I do that now? Without any, actual effort of that person to correct what they did. Instead of still lying to everyone. Like their mom, their dad, our kids, everyone. And whoever they're messing with, or talking to, or intending to be with. It's like, no. I'm at the point, like I said, I meet the right person, I'm moving the fuck on. I'm going on with my own life. I'm not waiting for that woman to grow up. I'm not waiting for her to pull her head out of her ass. I waited 12 years for her to knock her shit off. Only to find out through half of that she was a fucking liar. And even admitted that she fucking used me. How can I expect somebody who's been doing that for so many years to fucking change? Let alone to make a real effort. They can make an effort into hurting someone. They can't make an effort into correcting the damages and doing the right thing. It's easier to be a runner. It's easier to stonewall and abuse people. It's easier to give silent abuse. I'm sorry, but some people can sit back and go, silence is sometimes the best answer because what you say is, so far out of this world. Really? Because most people who are saying it and you're giving the silent treatment is because they're spot on or they're pretty damn close, and you want to tell yourself that to justify that your silence is just you not responding to something stupid. Now imagine trying to give someone silence saying what they're having to say is stupid when you already did what they had to say and admitted to it. More than once, actually. Imagine being one of those people. They continue to abuse, they continue to use people, and they continue to manipulate people for self-gain and gratification. And people like that don't deserve to be with anyone, because all they're going to do is hurt someone. And they end up finally with somebody with whatever it is that they want in abundance of, whether it's lots of fucking money or whatever. As soon as that person realizes what's going on and they start seeing their bank accounts start dipping and all this other shit, that person's going to cheat on them too. The person's is a bottomless pit, just like their mother. They're there to fucking manipulate you to get what they fucking want, and if they don't get what they want, they're gonna get pissy and upset about it. Just like someone they're related to. Oh, you got injured and hurt? I don't care. The fact that you got us stuck with a $1,000 doctor bill, that told me everything about that person. That's exactly who I've been with. They cared more about the material things and money than they cared about the person who loved them. There's a reason why L becomes before M. Love should always come before material things, but obviously for some people, love don't exist for them. Their love is bought. And if you have to buy someone's love, they will never love you. And the price will always forever go up, higher and higher. Even if it comes to the point it starts coming to the cost and the expense of your physical, mental, spiritual health. They won't give a shit about what happens to you so long as they keep getting what they want. And people like that, I've said it repeatedly in this vid, don't deserve anyone. And if anything, they deserve a fucking straight jacket in a padded room and put into a position to learn what it's like to have nothing. Because you don't get through life by using people and fucking with their heads and emotions and then expect them to stick around and be committed to you after you fucking do that shit to them. And all they can do is go, I love you and I keep giving you this benefit of a doubt to change on a positive note. No, you're not changing. They're going to lie to you. They're going to act like they're better than something else while you're watching them change into the person that some other man wants. Or they're trying to impress another man. Or woman. Depending on who you're with and dealing with. That's doing this shit. I'm sorry, but I don't have any high thoughts of narcissists at all. And the more I keep dealing with one, the lower and lower thoughts I have for them. To the point that I think of them as being no different the way I was treated by mine. As if I wasn't human. I've got a lot of shit on my plate at this point. A lot of shit that was left on my plate. And I lost everything because of that person. They're too busy lying, cheating, and stealing. And that's all they're going to ever fucking do in your life. Thanks for watching.